little touch by Eric Dyer. Oh, it comes to Divock Origi! He's won the European
Hello. Hope all of you are doing all right. This is Captain Sena. We're back with the KOPTALK Season 2. It is amazing. We are absolutely excited. We are honestly over the moon about a lot of things going on this season and for our network. First and foremost, we'd like to do a quick shout out to our sponsors, the Footsie app, who has partnered with us this season for all the shows that you see over there. KOPTALK, Devil's Den, Shades of Red, Rumor Has It, and also sponsoring our FPL. And this is basically Footsie app is basically you can go to footsie.com or even go to download the Footsie app from your Play Store or the App Store for all your footballing needs. It's really a super good footballing app, and it's something that all of you football lovers, administrators, you've got your social football clubs and tournaments and so on that you guys can use this app, and it's going to do a lot of good for you. So thank you to our sponsors, the Footsie app, and we look forward to the partnership for the rest of the season. Let me get our speakers on board. First and foremost, yours truly, Mr. Dave B in the house. All right, Dave B. I know all of you are wondering, is Dave B look all right? Is he well? But don't worry, he's just been on a very, very healthy diet and exercising and getting in shape, all for the current season. Yeah, all for the current season in case he needs to feature. We've got Puva in the house, the footy guru, the man who started this with me. Thanks, Puva, for joining us again. And it's amazing, Season 2. Episode 2, episode top, Season 2. We got Amir Razi in the house now.
Yo, what up? Assalamualaikum.
The Red Junks.
And greetings.
All right.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we've got Kishan from the Rumor Has It show. Looking almost as fit as Trent Arnold in that Liverpool away top. All right, almost as fit as Trent Arnold.
Almost.
Nick Chan, thanks for watching. Nick Chan, one of our boys here, is not featuring today, but he will be there soon. Ramachandran, thanks for watching. Thank you, fellow Kopite, for watching us and for the support. Okay, let's get into it. First game, done and dusted. Let's get some reactions. First and foremost, it was quite an experience for my ears and my eyes yesterday. So what, Puva, what are your thoughts yesterday watching the game? I know it wasn't at Anfield, but what was your thoughts on the game yesterday?
It was a good win because it's always important to start a season with a win. Even though on paper, literally everyone expected Liverpool to win because Norwich on paper just got promoted. But we always had our doubt on our team, right? So the lineup, when the likes of Thiago and Endo not there, rightly so, because they don't have enough minutes under their belt for preseason. It was obvious in the first half, like we were not really sharp enough and we were not dominant enough, especially in the middle of the park. And it was surprising to see the first half stats, despite our lead. Norwich had more ball position, which is nobody saw that coming, and we can see that Jurgen Klopp himself were not really impressive. And second half onward, we can see that we started to dominate the position and created chances. And the moment Fabinho came in, everything was under control. Like when the moment Oxlade-Chamberlain, it's very disappointing. I was very happy that he was given chance to start the game, but again he failed to take it. He failed to take the chance to shine, to give some sort of performance that Liverpool fans would be loved to see. And moreover, where his future is still uncertain. Um, of course, he's tried his level best to improve. We can see that at the game against Osasuna, how he actually tried to impress Jurgen Klopp and the fans. But um, the game against Norwich, Oxlade-Chamberlain were very poor, and I think it was the evidence that so Jurgen Klopp changed the tactic a bit, and he brought in Fabinho. And the moment Fabinho in, and of course uh, Elliot, the most disappointing thing is Elliot at I think 14 to 15 minutes on the pitch, and he impressed. He gave more than what Oxlade-Chamberlain did for 75 minutes. That's the most disappointing thing here. Despite all those 3 points, those goals we scored, Salah breaking records, stuff like this, but still we can see that with the absence of Anderson, Thiago, that was your chance. This was the chance given to you to impress. Keita was good for me. Keita was really good yesterday. But yeah, the only um, negative thing I would say that Oxlade-Chamberlain's performance. Apart from that, our centre back partnership was good. VVD and Matip. Simikas was really good despite some crazy moments. Like he almost did some unthinkable thing and made Norwich to score. But on the place of Andy Robertson, I think Simikas did
Yeah,
pretty
we'll
well.
come back to Simikas shortly. Let's go to Kishan. What are your thoughts yesterday watching football, a normal football match
Normal
after so
football.
long?
After so long, it feels good not to have fans back into the stadium. Even though Liverpool were the travelling team, we were the away team, but at Norwich Carroll Road, it feels like Anfield. It feels like Anfield because the home team was silent the whole game. And next, I think it's good to see Virgil van Dijk back into the team, where he brings in the leadership, the much needed calmness in the team, and it's good to see also Joel Matip. Joel Matip, as we all know, he is made of glass, same as Keita. But when you give him a match, if you give him a fit legs, he will actually perform for the team. Like like what Puwa said just now, midfield has always been the problem for us, in every matches. If Klopp tend to put in the second squad of midfielders, they tend to go missing, non-existent like yesterday. Actually, Klopp did a twist in his formation in the first half where he brought in Keita and also Oxlade-Chamberlain. But yeah, we all know those kind of formation won't work under Klopp because he is playing two attacking midfielders, and you're expecting Milner to stop all the tackles, to take all those tackles. But credits to our front three: Jota, Mane, Firmino, and also Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah, the 5 season wonder. I mean, we've been wondering, like how how long can he like stop scoring? I mean, when we really stop scoring, but this guy is a machine, and also credit to Mane because it seems like this season we actually had a twist in this formation where we are uh, approaching more to a team instead of being individual. You can see those passes and assists by Salah, and yeah, it's a good thing, it's a good feeling to have those fans back and to have Virgil van Dijk back. But yeah, it's still early to talk a little bit more about Virgil van Dijk because his first test was against Norwich, newly promoted side. But so far, I'm happy with the performance of the team.
Okay. Speaking of, I think we've got a very good comment here that came up right at start here. Thanks, Ramachandran here. All that and that Ellison multiple save was mad. Amir Razi, what can you say about it? We all watched it. We know that he is capable of doing this kind of stuff. And there was that one very important save against Napoli that landed us 4 trophies in the end. Let's talk about yesterday's. It was insane. I think I can't remember who took the shot. Was it Timo? I'm not sure whether it was Timo, but
Ben
whoever
Gibson.
took the
Ben Gibson.
Ben
Ben
Gibson.
Gibson.
So Ben Gibson is at back. Watching him is a bit surreal. But yeah, Ben Gibson taking the shot. I don't know whether that was just instinctively, and footballers instinctively you kick to the target. You don't look at open space, right? You instinctively kick at a target in the moment. So I don't know whether it looked a lot more better than it was because it was kicked right at him, but still a save is a save. What do you think? I mean,
Okay, Assalamualaikum and greeting to everyone. Thank you for having us today. Okay, my thoughts about Edison, given that his performance yesterday, I think it is best to say that whenever he undergo a slump, last season it is basically more likely due to the unavailability of Virgil van Dijk. It compromised the whole team and also make Edison a much more vulnerable keeper. But to be frank, it is like watching Thor without his millionaire, having Van Dijk out there, having Van Dijk out of the pitch, and it seems like he is gained his confidence much recently, and he had shown his true potential, and the charismatic aura emitted by Van Dijk proved to be the thing that we need to strive to keep striving and towards the multiple match that we will face with many other team in a long way. And it is sublime to watch Alisson doing that particular save in a blink moment, in a just a point blank save in a multiple succession. It is quite rare. And I think it is best to hope that he can portray this kind of performance in many, many times as well in the season, because he had won the many awards back then, and I hope he have more than enough capacity to be the best keeper for us.
okay. I think that's it. I think the reactions were all very good. Let's go to somebody who I know is very passionate. I think I got two people here very passionate about the next topic here. Let's talk about Simikas here. Dave B, what are your thoughts here on Costa Simikas? We know for a fact there were a lot of expectations, but as I anticipated last season, I think Simikas would not be ready for the kind of grade of football that is required here. He may have been a top grade player in a different league, but in coming into the Premier League from that level, he's not there. This season, he's showing that he can push to that level. He did quite well. Your thoughts, Dave?
Welcome to all viewers to the new season Cop Talk show. Thanks to Footsie app. I think Sena did a great job here bringing in all the sponsors to sponsor our show. Um, I was a bit pumped up and I was excited to see how Simika's going to fare in this group of players which have a synchronization of play for a couple of seasons. But what we saw last season against, from Simikas, that he was just given the time frame to just observe what is required by each opponents and from Klopp as well. I mean, what he needed is it's a we don't know whether it's like blessing disguise for him. This guy that Robertson is injured. I really hope that he comes back as soon as possible. We need you, Robo. And I think it's a blessing in disguise for Simikas. In in the preseason matches, he actually impressed most of the fans around the globe, and he actually caught my eyes as well in the preseason. I didn't watch much of the preseason matches, but I saw some of the highlights, and I thought that Simikas had been very involved in the first half last night. He was great going forward, always an outlet. Um, some very good runs, crosses. He made a few clearance at the back post, like what Pua mentioned earlier. He almost gifted Norwich the opening goal or a chance of getting a goal for Norwich, but he did a bit. I mean, it happens. It's a part and parcel of the game. So he did a miss hit, back pass, and fell over Norwich last attack. But I think he's being a very good backup at this season. Remember, this is his first Premier League start, apparently. So I thought that he will fare well. In the position of Andy Robertson, and I think uh, I saw some of his moves. The one-to-one runs, and and the crosses that he puts in, and the dangerous runs, and even he had a chance to score last night. Actually, so
Yeah, yeah.
I
I think
felt that.
I remember Dave B said this last season. Last season, when a lot of people said they didn't watch Simikas,
Mm.
and
Yep,
I think we all watched his compilation, and the usual compilation,
yep,
that people will put
yep,
up on YouTube before the
yes,
player actually signs. And
yep,
a lot of Manchester United fans, they do that. Welcome to, every player is welcome to Manchester United every
yep,
season.
yep, yep, yep,
But this season, that I remember, Liverpool players will look when it's really, really concrete lah. But Costas, I remember, did Dave B mentioned this poor. He's got very good final ball. His final ball quality is perhaps a lot better in terms that, a lot more. He's got a sweet touch to the final ball when he delivers
yep,
it compared to
yep.
Andy Robertson. So was it evident yesterday? Wow, in your mind, in your eyes, sorry.
It's evidence since those preseason games. He attempted to do it. Those crosses from the left hand side, all those sweet crosses. We can see that he actually has the potential to do it. To do what Andy Robertson do week in week out. And yesterday, as Dave B said, uh, he made a few couple of good crosses into the deep box and also had the opportunity to score the goal. I mean, the way Liverpool actually play under Klopp, we all know that he expect more from those right back and left back and
Yep.
to play as a attacking wing back. So as we all know that Trent Alexander-Arnold always does that. Andy Robertson always does that. So Simikas, despite being someone who are in place of Robertson for probably the next two games only. So once Robertson back, Robertson will be the first 11. But whether you are just a replacement or not, you have to do what Robertson does week in week out. So I think Simikas did well in that perspective. All those forward runs, crosses, and attempt to score a goal as well. Defensively, he was okay. I won't say that he was solid enough because he had 2 3 mad moments in my opinion. Like he took his time to
Almost
release
made
the
the next
ball.
moves.
He took
Yeah.
his time to release the ball. See, but I don't blame him because he don't have enough matches under his belt to actually prove that he's the man for that left back position. I think that was yesterday's match against Norwich. Only his third start for Liverpool in the league, if not mistaken.
Yep.
That's not good enough. I'm not gonna blame Klopp on that because Andy Robertson is the only one who started every single game last season. That's how crazy it is. And the man Robertson deserve a break. He really deserve a break. And if Simikas keep on giving us this kind of performance, then we can see Jurgen Klopp would change the team selection according to the opponents. According
Yep.
to the opponents. So, like
Yep.
let's say we play the likes of Norwich, we play those relegation the promoted team or those bottom teams or mid-table teams. Maybe we can see more appearance from Simikas. But when we play top team, top six, top seven, Andy Robertson is the man. Those experience handling those
And and
kind
and
of.
Puan, Goa, this is the third season in a row we are
Mm,
actually beating the championship champions in a
yep.
row.
Yes.
Norwich leads Norwich.
Yep. The
I
Leeds
mean,
game last
I mean,
season were a bit crazy, and I think we were almost uh, end up with a 1 point only. Uh, but I think Norwich being Norwich,
Yep.
whole every single time, like they got promoted. The next thing they do is getting relegated. They're just not good enough. Doesn't matter they win the championship or not. Look at
Yep.
it. Brentford look more promising and looks like they actually can stay, providing they got couple more wins at home with their home support and everything. They might stay in Premier League. But with Norwich, you can't see that. You can't
I
see
think
that. Not only the,
I think Norwich. Sorry, comparatively, I think Brentford has got three players
Hmm.
who are on a higher level in terms of being outstanding compared to Norwich as a whole.
same
As a
same
whole.
goes to Watford as well. Ismail
Correct. Same
Sarr.
goes to it. Correct. Yes.
Like,
They've got like top notch play. These players value Puva. I think you would
yeah.
agree that healthy Premier League kind of values if the
Yep.
players were
Yep.
up for grabs. So I would think so.
So that's the thing. Back to Simicas, as we all said, Debbie was right. Like his crosses, his delivery to the D box, probably the same league as Robertson's cross. Okay, but the thing is, he never given chance to do it week in week out, or at least 10 times a season. You can't expect. See the likes of Luke Shaw, the likes of Robertson, but Chelsea had the advantage. Chelsea can play Alonso 10 games, 15 games per season. And the rest of
Correct.
the other games, Chilwell would be their first 11, the
That's right.
starter from the left back. But you can't expect Liverpool to do it. But now, as Dave B said, it could be a blessing in disguise now. Okay, Robertson injured. Luckily, it's not for long term. He will be
Yep.
back
Yep.
after the international break. So until then, Simicas has the chance to do it. And luckily, our opponents, ac- except Chelsea in the game week 3, are not looks okay, decent on the paper. Like we
Yep.
play Burnley next week. Simicas should be fine at home, but the game against Chelsea would be a big challenge for him. But let's wait and see.
Yeah.
I just want to go into like I mentioned before the show. There's something. Sorry, Dave B, you want to take this? We know they have another title-winning campaign. Liverpool to promising against Norwich on both occasions. You changing the prediction the top for top three. I think after what happened to United yesterday,
Mm.
I think this is a bit outside of the optimism scale here to say Liverpool has got title-winning campaign. But I'm gonna let Dave B take this.
I thought that Leeds actually completely lost the plot. They have not retained the same intensity how they actually ended the season last season. They looked jaded. They looked idealist. They looked completely, lost the plot. So United winning against Leeds doesn't change my stance that I'm still going for City, Liverpool, Leicester, and probably I'm going to put Chelsea in this context in my top four. So I'm not going to change my stance. I'm still seeing United will be outside of top four this season. I may be wrong, but I thought United had a easy route with don't know what happened to Leeds. They were not Leeds. The Leeds that we saw last season, they were not the Leeds that we saw last night. So with that win registered against them, that doesn't mean that the season is getting started because it's just the beginning, and it's still going to be a four-horse race. Uh, it's going to be very competitive. We can see. I mean, we were talking about this even before the show. Like everyone is getting pumped up with the and everyone is getting excited about the fantasy football as well. So it's very interesting season that we are going into, especially with the fans back in the ground. cheering up for the teams, and that aura and the vibe is actually bringing the best out of the players last night. I mean, what you said about Norwich was right. They just fill up the gap in Premier League. They don't do anything exciting except for the 1920 season, where they really had went into the game against Man City and they beat them 3-2. But they haven't done anything special since then. But to answer Vinod, I'm not going to change. Despite United's win, I'm still sticking to my top four: City, Liverpool, Leicester, Chelsea.
I think let's go with let's go with I think, hi Brian, thanks for watching all the way from Singapore. Big shout out here. Thought Costa's running out still after 70 minutes. I did think so too. This is fitness, and when he's playing regularly, he will turn into an asset. We do hope so. As I said last season, that those kind of players that come in, that they have not reached the level of the world class outstanding level yet. If they come into the team, they're going to need some time. So I think he's had one good season. Like what Puva said, he needs to start a bit more. We need to see a bit more rotation between him and Robertson, so that they all get fair chance of play, fair chance of rest, and so that they can keep fit throughout the season, so that that position is well covered. Let's go into the elephant in the room here. What I mentioned earlier, our man is back. VVD is back. But let's go with Kishan here. What do you think? 300 and
2 days.
302 days. We've got VVD back here. So Kishan, what do you think of VVD yesterday? I know all of us may be mixed about this, but let's hear it from Kishan.
Okay, VVD back into the team, such a good thing for us. Like I said just now in the first part of the show, he brings in the much needed calmness and also leadership from our backline. So like what Amir Razi said is now, the presence of Van Dijk and also Matip in front of Alisson actually boost up his confidence. And to be frank, if we want to evaluate Van Dijk in this first game against Norwich, I mean, I think it's quite early for us to evaluate him, because it's probably an easy game for for Van Dijk, because he doesn't have those kind of high ball challenges from Timo Pukki and from the other attackers of Norwich. But the real test to see whether Van Dijk is back to his best or back to maybe 80% is against Burnley. That would be a test for him. And for us fans, we always hope the best for Van Dijk, but Burnley would be a test for Van Dijk and also Joel Matip. As you all know, he is an injury-prone player. But for Van Dijk, Norwich, I think it's an easy game for him. He didn't need to do much. He just need to like clear balls, which uncontested from him, from Timo Pukki. And yeah, I think the likes of Chris Woods, Ashley Barnes, and all those Burnley's defenders could prove a test for Van Dijk, whether he's 100% fit or he's just match fit for those kind of matches. So yeah, that's my take.
Okay. Let's go to Amir Razi. Your thoughts on VVD?
Okay, it is quite spectacular having his back after around nearly 1 year's absence, and it is quite fast indeed. Our medical team both to do their work at their best, and having Van Dijk, okay, he might have said that he is okay and he's good for the run and all, but his body language said otherwise. He seems quite traumatized, and there are certain times that he seems there's a lack of confidence whenever he wants to challenge. And I hope by having much playing time in the field, and after he gained his confidence, after he gained his experience back, and after he get the intensity right before him during his playing time, I hope that we can see the big words that we had already missed the entire season last season. and I hope we can see that he can provide his qualities, such as the quick pace running after the strikers, the long pass and accurate long pass, and also the area threat that he proved to be a very effective against the team which doesn't have a lot of tall defender. I think we need to observe, and we need to stay put and watch how he's going to be inside the pitch. And I hope for the best for the big V, because being traumatized with ACL is not something that one can handle easily. That's my say for that.
Yep. I definitely agree there. There's still a few more comments here on Costas. Brian saying that I won't be surprised if Millie starts ahead. I was talking to Kishan about this when we were watching the game yesterday, that Millie's issue in starting in the middle is it's a big problem for me. He's a flight risk. He goes in hard with tackles and all that. He mistimes it because he's a millisecond slower by his name, millisecond slower than most people. He goes in for the tackles. I know he doesn't care. He does it. He knows he would have calculated. Never mind. I can go in. I can get the yellow card. But it's a flight risk. We cannot have those kind of free kicks. When we are holding the tempo, then you give away the free kick against a very formidable team. I'm not saying Norwich isn't, but a very formidable team. That really is it's going to hurt us. So I would rather he start. So if that gives Klopp the option of 3 people to rotate, by all means rotate. So I think here, Cash, thanks for watching, Cash. Cash supposed to be on the show very soon. Stay tuned. We'll get Cash saying, Costa has had anxiety a lot. First full 90 minutes in the league, not easy. Replaced best left back in the world. Could see Costas, I think typo there, more comfortable and solid in the next game with some support. Yeah. I think definitely he's one for the future. He's one that could probably be that will be a talisman for us in the time to come. He's also gone to say against Chelsea, Millie players that will be very exposed against the likes of Pulisic, Mount. Then again, I think like what Puva has said here, Costa's running back has not been all that great either. So it's going to be quite a gamble for Klopp to see what he's going to do. Coming back to VVD, Dinesh here thinks solid, but you got to see how he fares against a top class team. I'm actually very worried, as much as we have to see. But I think against a top class team, it'll be quite tough. VVD does not look the same that he is. I agree with Amir Razi. Another comment here was an aura of calm for the team. I think he was calm, Brian, but I think he had a little bit of fear, a little bit of tiredness. He's not fully fit, but I think he would have told Klopp to not change him. Perhaps you thought he was tentative. Exactly. Then again, a notch above the rest. Lukaku will be a real test. Yeah, definitely will be a real test. Let's go into the next topic here that I have actually thrown in, which is what did you guys think of? I honestly do not have anything to say. What do you guys think of Elliot? Was he small introduction? Small time, but Puva, your thoughts on Elliot? You're on mute, mate.
No, as I mentioned earlier, Elliot, despite only playing 14-15 minutes, he had more impact compared to Oxlade-Chamberlain. So that says it all. I think he's the one for future for sure. I think he showed it against Osasuna as well. Bilbao as well. Impressive for me. If you ask me, it's impressive for his age, for his number of performance in Premier League as well. He's impressive. He can only get better, in my opinion. At current rate of performance, if you ask me, he's ahead of Chamberlain. That's for sure.
Okay. Ahead of Chamberlain. Dave, would you start? Klopp? Would you still start Chamberlain? Because I think this is what's going on. I think Chamberlain is giving his ultimate 110% game in, game out. He's keeping Klopp thinking that if you want to keep me, you got to play me. If you want to do any of this, you got to do it now, and that's what's making Klopp really push for that. And I think the test will be this next few games that he's got to show his stuff. Otherwise, he may be in the current window be considered to be moved out. So, Dave, what would you do? You're on mute, mate. You're on mute. Sorry.
I felt that despite we being dominant and impressive, pulling out a win away from home, this is definitely a good start for Ox to actually. Uh, he probably has a last chance of proving his point being in the club. Why I'm saying this because I was really excited to see Chamberlain on the first 11 last night, but throughout the game, his passing was poor. His one-to-one on the right side was completely screwed up. Led to, um, but there was occasions, there was moments that he actually also had a one-two link up play and led to some good attacking position and winning the corners and stuff. But something to think about next week, where like I would agree with Pua, where Elliot came brought on for at least 14 to 15 minutes into the match. And he actually connected more passes in that 10 minutes compared to what Ox did for 75 or 80 minutes. So this is something for Klopp to think about. If I were Klopp, I would definitely give him another chance against Burnley. If things doesn't go well within the 55th or 58th minute, that's when this boy should come in. Harvey Elliott, he should be introduced to make a more impact because we know how tough is Burnley is because Burnley, they're going to park the bus. People say that they're going to park the bus. Yes, they don't give you the space, enough space to uh, to uh, uh, to move and connect your passes. So um, it's up to Klopp, and I think I still think that Klopp will actually start Ox against Burnley. But as I said, Klopp definitely will have a second, plan B, where we know that I have spoken about this on many occasions that Klopp doesn't have a plan B, but now it seems
I
that
was
he.
just I was just going to say, Klopp plan B really? Since when? Before he managed Mainz or?
If you look at the bench last night, we couldn't fill up Thiago and Henderson, so that is much prolific backups that we have, or even the strongest backup that bench that we have. Despite they have no match fitness, but I still think that Klopp still has a plan B for this season. I saw that happening in the preseason. He brings on and he tests players into multiple positions and stuff. So there's a lot of good things happening right now, and everyone is back fit except for Robertson. We don't see much Shakiri. Perhaps in 1 or 2 days could leave Liverpool, and we could see
Hey,
Origi.
don't spread rumors. That's a rumor, has it?
It came in a flow. So we also could see Origi leaving soon. So there's a lot of
Yes,
good prospects coming into the club,
That's
and
that's not a rumor. That's expectation.
that's a must. That's
That's
a must.
expectation. Heavy
Okay.
expectation.
Let's go very quickly to Amir Razi. Amir Razi, I just have two questions for you. Two questions for
Okay,
you to
sir.
wrap it up. There's some comments here. I need you to wrap this in 2 minutes. Dinesh is saying, Ox, I believe should just leave. I don't think he's not a first team guy, but talented, but sadly he's not up to the mark. Um, um, and here, sorry, at the same time, Jay is saying here, having witnessed Lingard almost making the final England cut for Euro, he was written off, but going on loan helped him. So personally, Elliot's game can really be helped if he goes on out on loan. Okay, World Cup 2022. Very, very well said over there. At the same time, Ramachandran here says Ox another chance with Fab. So your verdict: should Elliot go out on loan or stay? Because the Ox and Fab factor could be the only last play Jurgen Klopp could have. Actually, Ramachandran is making a very good point. What do you think? 2 minutes, go.
Okay, basically, from what I've seen thus far, I think Elliot is a direct replacement for Mo Salah. It is a miniature version of him in his body language, in his flair, and the way he carry out the ball, even his crossing. But whether his finishing, his shoot need to be improved as well, so that he can prove to be a threat for us. And during his particular pre-season match, I think have done quite a handful touches and which had created chances for us, and he barely managed to score goals there. I think when we talk about Oxlade, I think it's best for him to try and change his position. This is up to Klopp, and it is perhaps best way for him to just find the right mate and partners for him to do his work, because it seems that he is rather uncomfortable with the partnership with Keita and Milner yesterday. But I think when he have his England co-partner Henderson, I think he might as well be a good threat for us for against other teams. That's my take for that.
Okay. There's a lot of reactions about a lot of the other players to a point that I'm being concerned. So I think I have to force the next topic very, very quickly. We're reaching the 40-minute mark. We want to wrap up 60 minutes. We are on the clock. Front trio. No one's talking about this. The front trio actually, as though everybody like, oh, they are back to normal, so we don't got to worry. Front trio plus Jota, there seems to be something that seems a bit more refreshing to see. Kishan, what do you think of Kishan? I know it's one of his favorite players is Jota. Jota scored yesterday. I don't think he did much except for scoring, but it's very good to see the hard work put in by both Mane, Salah, and also eventually Firmino when he came in. And of course, right place, right time. Always Bobby, most of the time is there. But Salah and Mane working very hard, supporting each other, passing to other players is something, and passing to each other is very nice to see. What are your thoughts, Kishan?
Our front trio, Salah, Mane, Firmino plus Jota. As you can see from Jota, he did score one goal against Norwich, but as we all know, the old Jota at Wolves and the Jota at Liverpool, it's a different kind of player, two different kind of players. Because as what can I see from the match yesterday, he's more like a winger rather than a false nine, and I don't think he can actually do the job of Firmino, because when you play a player like Firmino at the false nine position, you need all kinds of trickery, five star skills to just open up play. But for me, Jota is not that kind of player. But
it's not there yet.
Yeah, it's not like it's not there yet. But I do think that he fits the left wing position as for Mane. But throughout the game yesterday, this is the tactic implemented by Klopp, where you can see Jota and also Mane, they both will be switching positions. So Mane will go into the striker position, and then there we'll see Jota playing at left wing. But yeah, like Bang Din say, Jota or Firmino, but I don't know why you United fans hate Firmino so much. I think there are no more. I just don't want to talk about United lah. Just let's talk about Liverpool lah. So our front three, Jota, as you can see, last season he actually proved everyone wrong, especially those Wolves fan. Like why would Liverpool spend 45 million on Jota? But as you can see, we need those kind of end products from our front three, and to have a player like Jota come in, and like how Amir Aziz said just now, where you can see Elliot to fill in Mo Salah's position. But as for our front three, I think we should be expecting more from our front three, because the actual front three, Salah, Mane, Firmino, they've been playing for quite some time. with this kind of football intensity and also football performance. And to have player like Jota to come in as the supporting player, to as the substitute player for either one of the front three, it's a good thing for us going into this season. And it's a boost actually for Jota, because you know he can score goals, and for him to score the first goal for Liverpool against Norwich yesterday was a good thing, and will boost up his confidence. So I think it's a good thing.
Okay, while this comment is targeted at Kishan, let's hear it from Puva, who's actually always very critical on Mane and Salah's performance. But now with Jota added to it, Bobby, as usual, right place at the right time. That's how Bobby is most of the time. His game sense is so amazing that his movements are very, very amazing. He reads it so well. But Puva, your thoughts on the front trio and Jota's inclusion here? What do you have to say?
If you ask me, are we okay to go with these four for the whole season? Despite not adding anyone else, I would be worried, to be very honest, because my view is I never seen Jota as a 90 minutes player. He's not a 90 minutes player. We can see that his pace and everything a bit off after 60-65 minutes. And we can see yesterday, once Firmino came in, the different dimension of the front three we saw. The original front three of us, because Firmino connected well. Because, like it or not, the fact is the prime Firmino we had is way better than Jota in that position. And Kishan spot on. Jota's best position is the left wing.
Wow.
The left wing.
Actually, I agree with you.
Today gonna rain.
Macam masa dia main dekat Portugal kan.
Yeah, that's the fact. His best position is the left. Salah's best position is the right. But we are now trying to replace Firmino with Jota. That's not going to happen because we can't have the same end product, same intensity. Firmino is full of intensity.
Yes.
What he does, not many people at the moment in world football actually doing it, being as a number 9. That's probably one reason why Jurgen Klopp still hesitant to actually sign anyone yet. Okay, he can easily spend money on the likes of Alan, stuff like that, because as we all know, Alan is in such a unbelievable form right now. Okay, he could be the player for us next season or the season after that, but I doubt it because Jurgen Klopp expect.
He broke the news as well.
The thing is, Jurgen Klopp's expectation from our front three is way different one from what we fans actually expect them to do. Okay, and I really hope Mane improve his finishing. Okay, I don't have any complaints or anything against Salah right now. The man is on another level right now.
Yep.
Okay, he could end up being probably
Golden Boot
again. Okay, he is our best finisher in the club for the last 4-5 season. Okay, rightly so. So nothing against Salah. Okay, Salah is being Salah. Okay, but the problem is Mane for me. Mane, you can see that you all could see that he's actually trying very hard. He's really trying very hard.
We haven't seen the intensity and aggression and
the pace is gone.
And the main thing is since the Everton game last year.
Yes, the main thing with Mane is the pace is gone. So once the pace is gone, you need skill. You need skill to dribble past the players and everything. But Mane actually trying really hard to do that. It doesn't come flawless to him. Okay,
that's why I said the African players they peak early, they dip also very very fast. So that's
correct.
The issue.
28, 29 is their peak level. Okay, Mane is reaching 30 already. Okay, so we can't expect more from him. That's the Mane. That's it. Okay, the only thing I could expect from Mane this season is more goals and assists. That's it. Okay, for his standard, last season is very poor. He himself actually already agreed with that. Okay, he's very disappointed. Origi, come on, man. We are talking about four players here, not Origi. Okay, Origi not going to improve that 4 players, that front three.
Origi will improve another team, but not this team.
Yes, Brian, spot on here. Nobody does Bobby's role better. It's true. It's fact. So, like, we are so used to that kind of display. Okay, Jurgen Klopp himself can't think of, because we don't have a solid midfield to do that. When you have a all and out number nine like Alan or Aguero there,
That's
you need
okay.
that's okay. You can
Yeah,
have, but you need to have a very solid midfield, especially the attacking midfield position. Man City have De Bruyne to do that. So the likes of Aguero can be just sit. Yes. Yeah. This is another worry of it. That's why I said this far. If we continue without adding anyone else, it's a worry for me. I have my
yeah.
doubt.
Mm.
Okay. Mane and Salah gone for sure. Keita going for World Cup. I mean African Nations Cup. Still okay. We can manage with our midfielders. We have Endo, Thiago, Curtis Jones. Fine. We have numbers there. But once Mane and Salah go to African Nations Cup, who we gonna play there? Firmino for sure will start. Jota will start. Who's the next one?
Origi.
That's the problem. That's the
Yes.
problem. That's the problem. You can't expect Elliot to play there, and the fans expect Salah's end product.
Yep.
That's totally wrong. You can't
It,
expect Salah from Elliot.
it's not gonna happen
That
in
is
near
why the
future.
fan base is really crying for a signing. Okay,
Yep,
the
yep, yep.
Shakiri deal with Leon. People are hoping that will be done as soon as possible, so that we have the slot for that non foreigners place in the slot in our team, so that
Team,
we
yeah.
can sign a foreigner. That position would be the attacking position for sure. I don't think we can want to sign a midfielder, because the problem obviously from last season is scoring, man.
Yeah,
It's scoring.
correct.
Despite we had all those defensive issues at the back, we
I
really struggled to score goals. Okay,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
season we finished winners. Man City still score more goals, but then we scored more than United, Chelsea, and everyone. But last
correct,
season,
correct.
United scored more than us. Chelsea scored more than us. I think even Leicester scored more than us. I'm not so sure on that. If I'm mistaken. So we really struggled because too much pressure on Salah alone to do the job.
Yeah. I think you make a very good point here. I think I said this after the United game. And one thing that I have seen my entire life watching the Premier League, Manchester United is a team that I think they are a drill machine when it comes to training. They are basics on core. The core basics are always right. Manchester United. Core basics. Don't forget the specialty of management and formations and all that, but their basics are always right. So that is why yesterday, if you look at it, the minute Leeds gave an opening, they just had basics to do, basics to hit the target. Kick the ball hard, kick the ball on target, those kind of things. We're finding it an issue that we see in money. So
Correct.
it's really something. Sometimes Salah on the left foot also, compared to that year where we finished runners up and lost to Real Madrid in the final,
Oh
where
yes.
anything he touched ended up on target or at the back of the net. Sometimes he also is getting his footing wrong. So I think we've got to get these basics right. I think so. What Puva is making a very very good point here. With that being said,
No, and
I
also,
think
I think we are putting too much pressure on our front threes to score goals. When you talk about teams like United, City, right? You see their midfielders, they can actually score goals, and they are not to say score goals. They are trying to shoot from long range. They're trying something just to score goals. But when you look at our midfielders, we try like for Klopp's tactic, right? Our midfielders, their job requirement is for them to just control the game, pass the ball around, and the end product must be from one of the front three players. But I mean, that's the burden that we have on our players, because we are
I
expecting a lot
think
of.
I think I think every manager has got an idea. That's correct. And every game, I think the only player is given a green light to take a shot is Ox.
Chamberlain, yeah.
And you would actually like to see other players take a shot once in a while. Like Fabinho took that shot 2 seasons ago, and it struck goal eventually. So I think yeah, he makes a good point. But I think we've got to trust the manager there. He's got a strategy that in the end of the day you make decisions, and when you make a decision, if you bank on the decision working, and if it doesn't, it's quite unfortunate. Then we'll see. They could have taken shots and all this kind of thing. Yeah, he had open space, but it's because no, we're playing strategy. Don't take the shot, hold, pass. These are what they're told. It's not that a player can't take a shot. It's a strategy that they're respecting and trying to work towards. But we would like to see a bit more of that kind of fire from the midfield instead of just controlling and possession play and those kind of things. We're going to go into it. Coming to the end of the show, 5 minutes to go. Thoughts and just very short thoughts and predictions, and I mean short thoughts and predictions here right away. Let's start with Dave B. LFC versus Burnley. Our home form last season struggled a little bit going into this season. Burnley has been a bogey team for us, home or away. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, they have been pain in the ass for every season. So I just hope that we retain the same lineup. As I said, I can't see any other lineups apart from what we saw in Carroll Road last night. Uh, I'm going to see the same lineup. Probably we could see Fabinho and Thiago coming in. Um, and the front three as usual. I still think that Jota will start. Firmino will be on the bench, and I just feel that the boys are actually quite confident, and they seems to have that joy seeing Van Dijk is back and Matip is back, and the back four is sorted out, and I know Simicas had some of the glimpse of moments, and I think even Trent Arnold doing well on the right, and coming into the defense line, and things are getting well. Things are going well at the moment, and we could go and win against Burnley. I think Burnley even had a tough start against Brighton last night. So I'm just going to go a quick 3-0 or 4-0 win against Burnley, and
Wow.
we have a great start of the season then.
Okay,
Before
okay.
we get into the game of the Chelsea.
All right, all right. The 12 men are back. Amir Razi, your thoughts?
Okay, basically, Burnley, as the name suggests, Burnley burns us last season, and I hope this is not the thing that we're gonna see again this particular season. And I hope, given the fact that Burnley is a compact team, Nick Pope is a wall, and so does Tarkowski and Mings and all. No, and certain other defender, Mings is Aston Villa. My pardon. I think it's best for us to just lay low and the one thing that came into my mind is that whenever we face a compact team, we need to have a fast transition from defense back
Yep.
to offense, and that is
Yep.
what we lacking when we faced Burnley last season. We going there without Van Dijk, and I think with his present around, we can manage to score goals, but not quite much because Burnley, as a fact, is a very compact team. I'll go for 1-0 for that particular match, and I hope we can survive that again. Yeah, that's for me.
Okay, okay. Quite pretty mixed up here. Let's go with Kishan. As usual, we leave Kuva for the last. So, Kishan.
Liverpool versus Burnley. Like Ramachandra says now, the 12 men are back. Much needed boost for us. Like Amir Razi says now, a compact team like Burnley, Brighton, we need a quick transition in our midfield. So I think that is why Klopp brought in Thiago, a player like Thiago, to chip in passes, to chip in quick passes to the front three players. I'm not going to go long. I think could be a 2-1 win for Liverpool. I think with the height presence that they have for Burnley and their defenders, players like Chris Wood, I think could be a test for Van Dijk. Yeah. It could be
Case,
a
I would
test.
like to see you in the next show. 15-0.
I think it could be a test for Van Dijk to actually see whether he is 100% fit or not. But I'm pretty sure that I think we might concede one, but I think it's going to be a win for us. It's either be a 2-1 or 3-1 win.
Yeah,
for
I
us.
think so. I think we might see Konate coming on, hopefully. Hopefully, I think it's a good game. You know, you got the 12 men there. They will really lift you up, or they might scare you and show that you're not made for Liverpool stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope that he looks like a tough player, and I do hope that we get to see him in action. Like I said, we cannot play VVD in his current state, game in, game out throughout the season. We've got to come up with a plan of rotating these guys. Okay, they cannot play 90 minutes game in, game out anymore. Anyone can't do it. Okay, anybody can't do it. Revenge game 5-0 Jota hat-trick, Zimika's double assist. Wow.
FPL.
Wow. You think sorry, we're not Manchester United, you know, we're not you save that for your club, eh? 2-0 Mane Salah, Keita Fabs to lead the midfield, Konate Vigil to lead defense. Yes, I would like to see Konate play, but maybe subbed on for Virgil. Let's see. My prediction is a simple 1-0 win, but let's hear it from Puva. What do you think?
I totally agree with Brian here. That's my prediction as well. 2-0 to 2-0 win for Liverpool. And I also would love to see Konate in the mix in the centre back position. And I think this season that's what we should do. To focus on the minutes of our centre back, especially what we can't expect Van Dijk to play every single game. That's for sure, because as you all discussed just now, how well Van Dijk played and what the expectation was. He's good enough. He's just back from ACL injury. Okay, he's out for 10, 11 months. Okay, we can't expect the same Van Dijk anymore.
Yeah.
Plus he's in 30s already now. We only have 2 or 3 years on top to go. So I think the team, Jurgen Klopp and the coaching staff will manage the minutes of the centre back. Thankfully, we have Konate and Gomez in the mix. So that centre back position, in a way, I would say that sorted for us. Against Burnley, we always play physical game, long balls. Okay, the challenge for centre backs is always there. So I really hope to see Konate there to start the game. Okay, the midfield, I think Fabinho will definitely start. I think um, it was understandable why he never started against Norwich, but against Burnley he should start. I'm not so sure about Ox. Okay, but end of the day it's Jurgen Klopp, his choice. So I think knowing him, how emotional he is, and how generous he is when it comes to giving chances to players, I think Ox will get his chance. I think Ox will get his chance. Um, I would love to see us to go another game without conceding goal. Okay,
Exactly.
That'll be
okay.
a very good statement. Good
Especially
statement.
prior to face Chelsea the next week at home
Yeah.
as well. Better go without conceding any goals. So my prediction is 2-0.
Because it looks like we
Uh,
might let go 3 goals that game. So we better save it for.
don't say that. Don't say that.
No, I'm trying
So
to
yeah,
I'm trying to do a V note here. Use the reverse psychology angle. All season I'm going to go reverse psychology. Let's see whether it works for Liverpool. Okay. That's it. Thanks, Puva, for his predictions.
it's a
Vignesh,
good
Maria,
comment from
Matip.
Vignesh. Yes,
Yeah,
it's a
this
good
comment
comment.
here, Matip so underrated whenever he looks second best. I think we had Doctor on last season, and Doctor actually said that this guy is called Two Match Matip. He's not called Joel Matip. It's called Two Match Matip. I already
Too
told
much.
Kishan yesterday. He may not play against. He may not play against Chelsea because he'll reach his 2 match quota before the injury.
Quota.
Yeah, he reached his quota already. Okay, I think that's it. We've come to the end of the show. Smooth sailing show. As I said, this season we're going to keep it straight and simple. We're going to be here every Sunday, every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Yesterday we had our All United show, Devil's Den. That will be every Saturday 5:30 p.m. Rumor has it for transfer and FPL will come out every week on our channel. Please stay tuned, watch our channel, and we have Footy Talk where we talk about football, and that will be on Fridays every 2 weeks. Please stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us. We are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Last but not least, we do a quick shout out again to our sponsor, which is the Footsie app. They are sponsoring us and our FPL this season. We have an FPL league, which we will be having monthly prizes and season end prizes for the winners, cash and also other prizes. So thank you very much to the Footsie app, and that's it. We've come to the end of the show. Thank you to the speakers who have been brilliant, smooth sailing Puva, Dave B, Kishan and Amir Razi. And that's it. We are coming to the end of the show. This is Sena. You'll never walk alone. We go again, fellow Kopites. We'll see you next week, next Sunday, same
Signing
time.
off.
Same place. Bye.
Never walk alone. Take care, guys. See you.